Hey everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs. I've got a Measure of Love card for you. This week over on my blog, I'm featuring the Measure of Love stamp set. And this is the second card that I made. We're going to color these cupcakes, and I'm going to show you, I've used a variety of dies to kind of set the scene to go with these cute cupcakes. All right, let's see. Let me show you first of all what we're going to do. We're going to cut out a bunch of pieces before we do our stamping. For the little board there, I've got crumb cake and the cooking dies. So we're going to cut that. This is a neat die because it cuts and embosses. For the whisk, I am cutting out that from Basic Gray. The spatula is going to be in Daffodil Delight, if I can get it picked up. Now this, the little utensil holder, is the lipstick from the All Dressed Up dies. Isn't that fun? And let's see what else we have. Last but not least, we've got the little clothespins for the board are from the Baby Clothes dies. So we're going to cut those out of Basic Gray also. Now, while we have the cut and emboss machine over here, we're going to emboss this piece in the back with the Checkered embossing folder. This is a set of 2 embossing folders. One is dots and one is checks. All right, so let's bring all this over to our cut and emboss machine. Now the label, the little label that the words are on, I already have that cut out, so I'll talk to you about that when we get there. Let's do our embossing first. This folder is designed specifically for the mini cut and emboss machine. It fits perfectly in there. But because I'm doing some other things, I am just going to use my large cut and emboss machine. It works just as well. You need plates 1 and 2. And then you put down your embossing folder and plate 4. And it runs through beautifully. All right, so we've got that. Now let's set up our other pieces. I believe we can get them all cut out at the same time. Here's our cutting board and our spatula, our whisk, and our clothespins. This is fun. It's kind of like playing dress up, paper dolls or something with all the little pieces. All right. All right, let's see how we did. Let's move this out of the way. There's our lipstick and our cutting board. See how that embosses? That's so awesome. I love when a die does that. Let's see. Then we've got the spatula and our whisk. And our little clothespins are so tiny. I'm going to leave them sitting in that piece right there for now. Okay, so let's stamp our cupcakes. Hopefully I have left myself enough room. Actually, I think I'm going to grab another piece of white. All right, so first we're going to stamp our cupcakes with Memento Black. All right, so I'm going to get them out and put them on my block. Now we're going to do some fussy cutting. I know some of you don't like to fussy cut, but this is going to be worth it. All right, now I'm going to put my scale, that's the word I'm looking for, back onto my block here. And I'm going to use the top of my scale as our plate. So I'm going to put that right there. Now I kind of kept it simple here. I am coloring our cupcakes Daffodil Delight. Actually, I take that back. This is So Saffron. So I'm going to go around and give them all a good nice coating of yellow. These are vanilla cupcakes. You can change the color if you want, but I wanted to kind of just keep them neutral and basic. All right, now I'm going to go back with my dark and see everywhere where there's like a little line, I'm going to put some dark there to add a little bit of depth to our cupcakes. All right, now I'm going to use Crumb Cake Light for all the little bottoms of the cupcakes. So I'm just going to go over them again with a solid coat, and then I'm going to add a little bit more with our dark. It's kind of squeaky, isn't it? Now take your dark and just add a little bit of a shadow underneath each of the cupcakes, and see how I kind of tap the marker dot dot dot, so it won't be too heavy of a line, just a little bit of a tap tap tap. You can also go down on those stripes if you wanted, like that. I'll do the front ones. Okay, then take your light crumb cake again and just blend it all together. Isn't that funny how that one is squeaky but the other ones aren't? There we go. For our plate, I'm just going to use Smoky Slate, and I'm not going to get real fancy with it. I'm just going to color it in because you're barely going to be able to see it. Our Stamp and Write markers, our Stamp and Blend markers are awesome because you can see there's no streak lines. Everything blends nicely together. All right, so now to Fussy Cut. You want to get your smallest, sharpest pair of scissors and cut away all the excess cardstock. All right, and then I'm going to just stay along the outside of that black line. Okay. There's that plate. Now for the cupcakes, we're not going to cut them out individually. I'm actually going to go around and keep them all connected. All right, so just stay right on the outside of the outline of each image. And if you wanted to cut them out individually, you could, but I wanted to just leave them in this cute little pyramid. So I thought it would be easier if we left them all connected. And it's a little bit less cutting. Okay, so go around and around. Cut off that extra cardstock if it's in your way. And use your opposite hand to do the turning. Okay, kind of drive your scissors with that opposite hand. And there we have it. See how I left the middle? Totally fine. All right, let's start putting some of these together. For our little holder for the lipstick, I'm just going to kind of cut the bottom like a smile. See how I did that? And then we're going to get these two. And I'm going to just put them like that. Okay. And I'm going to get a dimensional, stick those two together right there. And let's see, I might need to go a little bit lower. Can I do that? I think so. Let's do a different one. I want to make sure that that dimensional grabs both of them, okay? And then we'll put those in their little holder. All right. Now for our label, here it is, a stitched white label. I used the message die. Let me show you this one right here. And we're going to stamp that sentiment. I didn't get any of my stamps out this time. And we're going to stamp that sentiment, sweet friend, right in the middle with basic gray. Whoops. Okay, like that. All right, first let's put on the label right here in the middle. And then I'm going to add just 2 tiny little dots of glue, one there and one there. And this is a great time to use your take your pick tool. Get that little putty right there. And I'm going to get these out of here like this and set them down there. Isn't that perfect? You don't have to worry about holding on to them. Let's see if I can get that little dot out. There we go. All right. I think we've got it all cut out. Now we need to just put it all together. I have a basic white stitched scalloped rectangle, and I used the Stitched So Sweetly dies to cut that out. All right, we're going to start with this guy in the front, and then we'll put our cupcakes. Let's adhere our cupcakes to the plate. Just a little bit of Tombow on the bottom, and stick those down. Whoops, don't set it in the glue. And we'll put that right there, kind of overlapping. We'll get this guy, and since it already has dimensionals, I'm not going to put any more dimensionals on here. And we'll stick that over here, just right on the edge. And you've set your cute little scene for your bakery card. Now, we just got to put it together. I've got a Daffodil Delight card base. We're going to attach our checkered piece of basic white. Now, the measurements for these pieces are over on my blog. If you click the link here on YouTube, it will take you to my original Facebook Friday post where I made these during Facebook Live. There is a free PDF there for you that has all the measurements and all those supplies listed in case you have questions about them. So a little piece of gray designer series paper from the Neutrals pack, and some gray granite ribbon. Now, those colors don't match perfectly, but that's okay. They still work. All right, so make your bow not too big. Cut those off, and last but not least, we're going to stick our scalloped rectangle right there, overlapping like that. And we're done. Isn't that so cute? How fun would that be to give to a friend? All right, now make sure you hop over to my blog, grab that PDF, and give this card a try. You could use a different color other than Daffodil Delight. You could use a pink or a purple or blue, but just have fun making that little scene for your bakery card. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.